Jennifer Lopez just loves to be in love. Is that so wrong? This Is Me Now, a love story, is the visual extravaganza representation of the This Is Me Now album from Jennifer Lopez. It is streaming on Prime Video. I suspect that Alonso and I are going to have very different opinions of this movie. One thing I can say for certain, though, is I'm not in this one, which automatically docks points from it.
Boo. Doesn't she know you're the real star here?
You know what? We just couldn't get our schedules coordinated. You know, I had conflicts. I had prior engagements.
You couldn't be one of the signs of the zodiac.
I should be Virgo, right? Because I'm super tidy and uptight all the time. If you're not subscribed yet, we'd love it if you would, because it's February and there's not a lot of great stuff out there, but we'll always find interesting movies for you to ponder. And This Is Me Now, a love story, is definitely that.
Not all love stories have a happy ending.
Time's up.
Jennifer Lopez has an album out called This Is Me Now. This is like a series of, it's essentially a series of music videos, right? Strung together with a through line, a plot of her looking for love. Directed by Dave Meyers, legendary music video director, Dave Meyers, whose work you have definitely seen over the years, because among his many, many videos are Missy Elliott's Work It and Get Your Freak On, and Outcast Bombs Over Baghdad, and Katy Perry's Firework, and Billie Eilish Bad Guys. So, but he's done some JLo videos as well. It's a confessional, kind of. I mean, it is as vulnerable as I think she is willing to make herself, while also being totally in control of her image and looking perfect at all times.
It's JLo goes to therapy, but the therapist is Fat Joe, you know.
Yes. Those are kind of amusing moments, though. So it's a series of videos, and it's about her, you know, alluding to, she's known as Artist. She's not called Jennifer in this. She is Artist. And it's how she explores the various romances she's had over the years, marriages. There's one song where it's like all three of the grooms kind of like blend into one. One of them is Derek Hough. So like the dancing is fantastic.
Sure.
Her friends intervene and think that she's got like a love addiction. While meanwhile, from on high is this like astrological council of superstars representing various signs of the zodiac, including Jane Fonda, Sofia Vergara, Neil deGrasse Tyson,
Jennifer Lewis,
Post Malone,
Trevor Noah, Kim Petras.
So,
Jay Shetty.
Yeah. So eventually it's her like journey toward love, her journey toward happiness.
Yes.
And that includes Ben Affleck. Kind of. I mean, like you see him in the beginning in what is a very symbolic kind of crashing, you know, like the rush and then the crash, and then you see him you see his square jaw later on. I dug this because it is so batshit crazy. Like, I admire the ambition of it and the bonkers nature of it. It is quite beautiful. There are some, you know, very inspired images here. But it is disingenuous to suggest that she's making herself truly naked here, truly vulnerable here, because she is notoriously meticulous and controlling about everything. And like, I don't blame her. You know, she's an empire. You wouldn't leave anything to chance, and you shouldn't, especially in telling your own story. And so I don't know that we are getting the full JLo here, and it is a vanity project, but it's a strange one in ways like I was never bored. It moves really well. And it reminds me that there's some part of Jennifer Lopez's instinct that chooses weird stuff. Like, remember when she did Tarsem's The Cell?
Right.
Right?
But that was
like,
cool, you know.
That was cool. And this is cool at times too. And I'd rather see her do something weird like this with her artistic instincts than another bland rom-com where she's pretending to have chemistry with Owen Wilson.
It's funny. We just talked about Crossroads because that's coming on to Netflix this week. And I was connecting this to that in that I think Crossroads is a movie that works best if you are already down for Britney and you love her and you support her and you just want to see her in a movie and sing some songs and, you know, to be there for her. And if you are not already on the Britney train, maybe that movie's not going to grab you. And this one, to me, I think it's sort of like if you are on the JLo train and you want to hear the new songs, and you are interested in the insights that she is willing to share about her private life as they manifest in the album, and then as they manifest in this sort of like feature-length commercial for the album, then yes, you'll be down for that, and you'll just want to see her in the outfits and like, you know, revealing some things. And if you're not already interested in her as a musician, this is going to just seem real self-indulgent. Because it kind of is. It's very navel-gazy. It's very much about like, it's Mein Kampf of, you know, I love too much and too indiscriminately, and I've suffered for it. And, you know, I think for people who need a trigger warning, there is depiction of physical abuse, of spousal abuse in this movie, that pops up. It's sort of like, oh, okay, so this isn't just going to be like, you know, musical fun times. I found some of the music videos a little on the nose. Like, she has this song called Hearts and Flowers, and it's all set inside a giant mechanical heart that runs with flower petals. And so if the petals go away, the heart stops, and it's like too many layers of things. And then, like, yeah, the stuff with the all-star cast doing the camping it up as the Zodiac, with like a little of that went a long way. I really want to know Neil deGrasse Tyson's thoughts about astrology. I'm assuming he's not necessarily a proponent of it, but you know, there he is playing Taurus anyway. This is an effort. Like, there's a lot there. She's going for it here and trying something big, but I kind of feel like it is this sort of, you know, as somebody who is in the boss of her own image and in charge of what we see and we don't see, the idea of this trying to be sort of like emotionally naked or revelatory, I don't buy it. We know it isn't. We know it isn't, you know, and so it's kind of like, I was reminded of like, you know, well, Whitney Houston did say, you know, the greatest love of all is to love oneself, you know, and that's kind of the lesson that J-Lo learns over all this. And so, yeah, if I were more of a J-Lo fan, I think I would be down for all of it. And since I don't really care about her as a musician, like, it's never been, I'm not mad at her. It's just not a thing I've ever been a fan of. Yeah. The movie didn't really mean that much to me either.
I'm not a fan of her musically at all. And none of these songs really grabbed me. It's like the choreography, it's the costume design. Sure. It's just the way it moves, the lighting. It's wondrous to look at all the time. And even that whole thing with the heart, like, it's like a steampunk themed kind of scene. And like, it's always fascinating to look at. Like, as you say, the layers, but the layers are like different dancers in different places, and like, she's up on a chain being pulled up to the sky, and like, there's always something going on where it's like, wait, now what? And she sunk $20 million of her own money into this.
Okay.
Yeah. And I wonder why. I wonder what she hopes to achieve with this beyond just entertaining us. Beyond the catharsis that she might experience from it, I wonder what the point is, especially in a time where, like, you know, Taylor Swift has her huge concert movie, Beyonce has her huge concert movie, and they're very different from each other. Like, this is J-Lo's big musical movie, and I wonder, does she hope to reach people who aren't already her fans, or is this for the fans to indulge with her?
I mean, yes, probably. I think all of the above. I mean, the thing is, like, if you're making an album that is about these very themes, and it's about this sort of, you know, progress in your life and evolution and, you know, realization about where you might have made mistakes in the past and stuff, then like, the album should say that. And then if you could give a couple of interviews where you know, get to talk about that stuff, I feel like the movie is just kind of like, it's almost like she wants, I don't know if she's apologizing for something or if she wants credit for something. I don't know.
She wants to be understood,
I guess. But like, I don't know why she cares, because I think when you reach that level of stardom, like, people are just going to say what they're going to say, and you don't give a shit anymore, and you just do your own thing and create work that is fulfilling to you, which this clearly is.
Oh, there's a Singing in the Rain homage.
Yes, there is.
Of the many things that we have here, the many different ideas that we have here, one of them is sort of Singing in the Rain homage. Anyway, what is your number then?
I mean, just for effort, for sheer dint of, you know, like, all the stuff that's going on here, I'll say a 6.
Yeah.
But I didn't really connect with this material.
Yeah, I'll say a 7. I appreciate the ambition of it. And it was pretty visually dazzling. I was never bored, and it's so short, you guys. It's only 65 minutes long. And the making of is longer than the actual movie itself. The making of is 85 minutes long, and that does seem very indulgent.
Yeah.